As we gather with full hearts to honor and remember the life of Mia, we are not only here to mourn her passing, but to celebrate the legacy she leaves behind.
Our top story this noon hour, Utah saying a final goodbye to former Representative Mia Love. Funeral services for Love just wrapped up at the University of Utah with a big show of support. And this is what that packed service looked like inside the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Institute of Religion building. Family, friends, former colleagues, and even her former constituents all showing up in force to celebrate her life and legacy. As the funeral services wrap up, there's a patriotic service happening now up at the University of Utah. We want to show you a live look of that ceremony happening right now with a presentation of the U.S. flag. Now, once this ends, Love's funeral services will officially conclude and her body will be interned at a later time. But just moments ago during the funeral, loved ones of Mia Love spoke of her life, her accomplishments, and her impact she had on them.
Sis, we will always, always look up to you. We love you. Keep being the best.
That was Mia Love's sister, Cindy. Love's husband, Jason, also spoke, telling the story of how they planned their future.
You know, Mia and we periodically spoke about this moment and the potential of one of us dying early. But she made it very clear to me and to our family that she wanted this moment to be a time of celebration. And it's my wish to fulfill that desire for this wonderful woman.
Now, Jason Love also spoke of Mia's love of the country and how her example shows the sun is still rising in America today. As we track this final farewell, let's head out to news specialist Brian Carlson, who is joining us live this afternoon from outside the Institute of Religion, sharing some of the touching words from one of Love's closest friends. We heard from Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson, and it was really nice to kind of get that insight of the relationship they shared beyond politics, Brian.
Yeah, it was, Tamara. You know, they did share a very close bond. You know, they've been friends for 16 years. They support each other, they lift each other up, and that's where new video now comes from, showing a personal side of Mia that we've not seen until now.
Got this little thing covering my skirt.
Mia Love, in her own words, shortly after her brain cancer diagnosis in 2022.
It's just the hardest thing because the one thing that I need is for this to be removed from me.
This personal Marco Polo video, one of many from a group chat with Utah Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson.
I've spent a lot of hours of the past couple of weeks looking at some of those, watching some of those Marco Polos.
I'm going to do everything I can to get this thing out of my head, get it out, and live.
The Lieutenant Governor tells me these short recorded conversations are helping her get through the grief.
Of all my memories of Mia, the dearest to me are those times during the past 3 years that we were there for each other in our toughest moments.
Holding on to these memories and the final moment, Henderson got to say goodbye the day before Mia died.
I climbed into the recliner next to her and held her hand, and she was able to respond and squeeze my hand. It was really important for me to make sure Mia knew, and I know she did, but to tell her how much I loved her, how important she was to me, how grateful I am for her friendship and her support.
When Henderson needed it, Mia was there, and the same when Love needed it in return.
And what I need from you all, more than anything, is to help me fight it.
Conversations those closest to Mia are keeping in their hearts, full of love for Mia Love.
Now, during the funeral service, the Lieutenant Governor also spoke of Mia Love's faith, her determination, and her devotion, echoed by many people who are now leaving the funeral services here at the University of Utah. Reporting live, Brian Carlson, KSL 5 News. Back to you.
Yeah, it was nice to hear all about that, and there was no denying of her fight and her spirit. Thanks so much, Brian.